How do we see with new eyes? Good morning. My name is Father Frank Buckley. Delighted to be your host of our morning meditation group, Flourishing During Times of Uncertainty. Today is Wednesday, February 10th, and today is going to be a great day. Welcome. This is a three-part program. The first part, we always begin with a little inspiration. To learn how to see with new eyes, we will draw this morning from Pope Francis. The second part is a meditation where we turn the gaze inwards and give the first part of our morning to God, and then just allow the rest of the day to unfold as she will. And the last part is a little Jesuit examine where we take a contemplative, reflective view of life, where we look over the last 24 hours and notice where we've experienced love and joy in our everyday, ordinary lives. So, without further ado, let's begin by turning to Pope Francis from his book, Let Us Dream, Chapter 1. How do we see the world with new eyes? Sometimes when I think of the challenge before us, I feel overwhelmed, but I'm never hopeless. We are accompanied. We are being sifted, yes, and it is painful. Many of us feel powerless, even afraid, but there is also an opportunity in this crisis to come out better. What the Lord asks of us today is a culture of service, not a throwaway culture. But we cannot serve others unless we let their reality speak to us. To go there, you have to open your eyes and let the suffering around you touch you so that you hear the Spirit of God speaking to you from the margins. That's why I need to warn you about three disastrous ways of escaping reality that block growth in the connection with reality, and especially the action of the Holy Spirit. I'm thinking of narcissism, discouragement, and pessimism. Narcissism takes you to the mirror to look at yourself, to center everything on you, so that's all you see. You end up so in love with the image you created that you end up drowning in it. Then news is only good if it's good for you personally. And if the news is bad, it's because you are its chief victim. Discouragement leads you to lament and complain about everything so that you no longer see what is around you, nor what others offer you, only what you think you've lost. Discouragement leads to sadness in the spiritual life, which is a worm that gnaws away at you from the inside. Eventually, it closes you in on yourself, and you cannot see anything beyond yourself. And then there's pessimism, which is like a door you shut on the future and the new things it can hold. A door you refuse to open in case one day there'll be something new on your doorstep. Now, these are the three ways that block you, paralyze, paralyze you, and cause you to focus on those things that stop you from moving ahead. They are all, in the end, about preferring the illusions that mask reality rather than discovering all we might be able to achieve. They are siren voices that make you a stranger to yourself. To act against them, you have to commit to the small, concrete, positive actions you can take, whether you're sowing love or working for justice. One of my hopes for this crisis we are living in that we will come back to contact with reality. We need to move from the virtual to the real, from the abstract to the concrete, from the adjective to the noun. There are so many real flesh and blood brothers and sisters, people with names and faces, deprived in ways that we have not been able to see, listen to, or recognize because we have been so focused on ourselves. But now, some of these blindfolds have fallen away, and we have a chance to see with new eyes. Thank you, Pope Francis, insisting that in the middle of even a pandemic, we have an opportunity to see with new eyes. And one of the best ways to move in this direction is through a morning practice. And none of us can do this without connection community. So, welcome, let's get comfortable, and let's begin our morning contemplative practice. I invite you to take your shoes off, get comfortable while I lower the lights. One of the ways we flourish is to unplug. I will get the timer set for 20 minutes so you don't have to worry about any timers or technology. I'll ring the bell to get us started, and then I'll ring the bell again to bring us out. I invite you to lower or close the eyes, whatever feels safe to you, and let's begin. Listen, listen. The sound of this beautiful bell returns us to our true home, that home where we see with new eyes. To do this, we need to be grounded. So let's begin with a little diaphragmatic breathing to get grounded and to come into the present moment. Inhale and exhale, bringing fresh oxygen to the brain and the body. Two more times. Inhale and exhale. Last time, deeply as possible. Inhale and exhale. Continue to breathe on your own. Take the attention to the body. Feel the feet pressed onto the green earth and just take in the energy of the earth, our mother. Relax the shoulders. Anything you've been holding on to this week, just let it slide down the shoulders and let the earth absorb it. Relax, restore, renew. Moving towards the front of the body, we take the attention to the heart and invite you to hold your heart with your hands. Focus on something in your life for which you're grateful this morning and just name it in one word. At the heart of the spiritual exercises of St. Ignatius is cultivating a capacity for gratitude. So gently take that word, place it right in the middle of your heart, and as a community scattered around the globe, let's breathe one time into the gratitude. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Beautiful. Just notice what you feel. Finally, we focus on an intention for our morning practice. St. Ignatius invites us to ask the divine for what we desire deeply in our lives in this moment, being courageous enough to ask God for something great and beautiful this morning. And we'll seal that intention with an inhale and an exhale. We'll take the attention to the sounds, whether they be birds chirping, rain, or traffic. Notice the sounds. Take the attention to the breath. Drop down and enjoy the miracle of mindfulness. Please continue. Very, very gently bring your attention back to the room. If the eyes were closed, go ahead, open the eyes. Let's circle the wrists, bring a little energy back into the body. Reverse the train, go the other way. And just a little gentle morning stretching. Inhale, raise the arms up. Clasp the hands together. A little twist to the left. Back to center. To the right. Back to center. Look up. Gentle back bend. Forward bend. Look towards the belly. Inhale, last big morning stretch. Exhale, release the hands. Shake out anything that you've been holding on to. And let the day begin. So before I forget, first things first, tomorrow morning I am doing a workshop for the St. Ignatius College Prep faculty in San Francisco, and it starts at 9. So I will be doing the morning meditation at 7 tomorrow, but no need to get up that early. You can still catch it later. It will just be recorded. So let's get started with our Jesuit Examen, looking back over the last 24 hours and noticing where God has come alive for you from a place of gratitude. So please feel free to drop that, any of those experiences of God recently coming alive in new and beautiful ways in the comment box. And I'll give you 3 places where God's shown up for me really beautifully recently. First, many of you know I did the Flourishing workshop for the novices in Culver City. Novices are Jesuits in the beginning of their formation. This was the first year, and it was really 4 wonderful guys. We did it through Zoom, which normally I go to the novitiate. So it was a different venue, but they are young and have a lot of energy and speak the language of technology. And it was so inspirational to be with them, to see the hope of the society. And it was really a beautiful morning. Second, sometimes we get Blue Apron. And last night was a special dish. It was ahi tuna, Japanese meal, and it just I love Japanese food. It was really outstanding. And then last but definitely not least, I mean, how much do we love this Pope? I love his inspiration. I love the idea of being cautious, of pessimism, narcissism, and discouragement. Those are easy traps to fall into. But then also the way he encourages us in the middle of this pandemic to look out the world and see it with new eyes and make concrete steps in building the kingdom. I really can't think of a better way to start the morning. Have a beautiful rest of the day. God bless you.